In this video, we are going to talk about solving polynomial and rational inequalities. So first we're going to illustrate how we would solve this. So in our graphing calculator, we're going to graph f of x equals x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x plus 1. So on this, I want to sketch a graph and I want to mark the zeros. So I see I have 1 0 at negative 3.5. I have another 0 at 0.2. And I have another 0 at 1.3. And so my graph is going to look something like this. So now it says, for what interval is the function greater than 0? Meaning, when is it above the x-axis? Because that's when we'd have greater than 0. So it's above the x-axis from here to here, and from here to here. So if you're going to write that interval notation, it'd be from negative 3.5 to 0.2 union 1.3 to infinity. Now it says for what interval is f of x less than 0? So that would be below the x-axis, or when it's negative. And so that would be from here to here and from here to here. So to write that interval notation, it'd be from negative infinity to 3.5 union 0.2 to 1.3. So our next part says, how can we determine when f of x changes from being negative to positive or positive to negative? Well, this happens when it crosses the x-axis. So if we were trying to solve an inequality algebraically without our graphing calculator, what we need to do first is we would need to find the zeros or the x-intercepts, just like we did for the graph above. So let's try this example now without a graph. So I have it already factored for me, so I can see my zeros are 4. If I solve this, I would add 3, then divide by 2, so 3 halves and negative 3. So then what we're going to do is we are going to take these and plot them on this number line that I have here. And we're going to make something called a sign chart. So we're going to figure out where in between which points is it positive or negative. And we're looking in the end to talk about when it's greater than 0, so meaning what interval is it positive for? Meaning above the x-axis. So I'm going to plot negative 3. I'm going to plot 3 halves. And I'm going to plot 4. Now, those are our points, or our zeros, so I'm going to mark those with points. But I'm also going to add some numbers on either side because I'm going to have to check the sign on every side of these zeros. So for example, I'm going to check negative 4. I can check anything less than negative 3. Between negative 3 and 3 halves, I'm going to check 0 because 0 is always something easy to check. And between 3 halves, which is like 1.5, and 4, I'm going to check 2. But again, I could check 3. Could check any number between 3 halves and 4. On the other side of 4, I'm going to check 5. So what I'm going to do is plug those in to this equation up here and see if I get a positive or negative result. So first, I'm going to plug in negative 4. So I'm going to get negative 4 minus 4, and 2 times negative 4 minus 3, and negative 4 plus 3. So I'm going to get negative 8 times negative 11 times negative 1. Now I don't even need to compute this. I can just see that I have 3 negatives, so I know my result's going to be negative. So for less than negative 3, all of those results are negative. Now I do the same thing, but I'm going to check with 0. So 0 minus 4, 2 times 0 minus 3, and then 0 plus 3. So I'm going to have negative 4. 0 minus 3 would be negative 3 times 3. So negative, negative, positive means this result will be positive. So greater than -3, the result's positive. Now I'm going to check for 2. So 2 minus 4, 2 times 2 minus 3, 2 plus 3. So -2, this would be 4 minus 3, so it would be 1. So negative times a positive would equal a negative number. So this is negative. I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to test it for 5. So 1, 10 minus 3 is 7, 5 plus 3 is 8. So positive times a positive times a positive is a positive. So interval notation, where is it positive or above the x-axis? Well, that would be from -3 to 2/3, and then from 4 to infinity. So I would say from -3 to 3/2. Sorry, I think I said 2/3. -3 to 3/2, union 4 to infinity is how I would be the answer to this inequality. All right, let's practice solving some more algebraic inequalities. So if I look at number 1, I can see my zeros would be at 2 and at -3. So I'm going to plot my number line. And I'm going to plot +2 and -3. And this time I want to know when it's less than or equal to 0. So again, I want to know when it's negative. So I have points at -3 and at 2. And then I'm going to pick some points to test. So something less than -3 is -4. Something between -3 and 2 is 0. Something bigger than 2 is 3. So I'm going to test each of those. So -4 minus 2 cubed, -4 plus 3 squared. Well, anything cubed is still going to be negative. So this is going to be -6 cubed and then -1 squared. This will be positive. This will be negative. But a negative times a positive will give me a negative. So this first section is negative. Then I'm going to plug in 0. So 0 minus 2 cubed and 0 plus 3 squared. So again, -2 cubed is going to be negative. 3 squared is going to be positive. So this is going to equal a negative. And then I'm going to plug in 3. Well, 1 cubed is positive. 6 squared is also positive. So this will result in a positive. So it's negative from -infinity all the way till I get to 2. So my solution is -infinity to 2. And in this time, I'm going to have a square bracket. And that's because this one was equal to 0 versus the one we did before was just less or greater than 0. So as the equal to line, we can include the endpoint at 2 because then it's also equal to 0 at 2. All right, let's factor number 2 to start off with. So I can see I have a GCF of x squared. Then x squared plus 16 is a difference of perfect squares. So this is going to factor into x minus 4, x plus 4. So I can see my zeros are 0, 4, and -4. So 0, 4, and -4. Now I want to test something on every side of those. So I'm going to test -5, -2, 2, 5. And again, I could test anything. It doesn't have to be those numbers. So I'm going to test it in the factored form because I think it's easier to see the positives and negatives. So -5 squared, 5 minus 4, 5 plus 4. So positive, positive, positive. So this section is positive. -2 squared, -2 minus 4, -2 plus 4. So positive, negative, positive was going to give me a negative. Then let's test 2. Positive, negative, positive means this will come out negative. And then let's test 5. 5 squared, 5 minus 4, 5 plus 4, positive, positive, positive means a positive result. So saying, where is this greater than 0? Meaning, where is it positive? Well, it's positive from negative infinity to negative 4, and then from 4 to infinity. So my answer is going to be from negative infinity to 4, or sorry, negative 4, negative infinity to negative 4, union 4 to infinity. All right, now let's apply this sign chart strategy to a rational function. So we're still going to think about all of our zeros. So in this case, I want to, the top is already factored. I'm going to factor the denominator. And I know that my zeros are 1, negative 3. Well, actually 1, 3, and negative 3. But either way. So these are the values I'm going to put on my sign chart. So negative 3, 1. Make this a little longer. 3. Then I need to test points in between those. So negative 4 I could test between, I could test 0, I could test 2, and I could test 4. So I want to find out when it's less than 0. So again, I'm going to look for when it's negative. So first I'm going to plug in negative 4. So negative 4 minus 1 squared all over, and I'm going to use the unfactored form because these are small numbers, so I should be able to see. So 16 minus 9 would be 7. So positive over positive, negative 4 would yield a positive result. I'm going to plug in 0. I'm going to end up with positive over negative. So this is going to give me a negative result. Then I'm going to go with negative 5. So this is going to end up with a negative result. 4 minus 1, 4 squared minus 9. So positive over positive, positive result. So what is my answer? So in this case, we have to remember that technically 3 and negative 3 are asymptotes, so those cannot be included. So I can see that it's negative from negative 3 to 3 without any breaks, so my answer would just be negative 3 to 3 on that interval. And I use a round bracket because those are not included. And it also doesn't want to know when it's equal to 0. It just wants to know when it's less than 0. All right, let's do one more like this. So I'm going to factor this guy first because that helps me see the zeros. All right, so I have zeros at negative 4 and 1, and then I have zeros at negative 2 and 2. These ones are included, these ones are not included, and now we're looking for positive values, so greater than or equal to 0. All right, so I'm going to make my sign chart. So negative 4, negative 2, 0, 1, 2. Got a lot of testing to do. So negative 5, negative 3, negative 1. Ugh. So I got to test. Oh wait, 0 isn't 1. Sorry guys. 0 is, this is my open circle here. Meaning not included. So that actually makes it that, but I will still put 0 on there, but I'll put it as a point that I'm going to test. But between 1 and 2, I am still going to test like 1.5 or something, again, between 1 and 2. So let's start testing. And again, I'm going to test the factored form because I think it's easier to do that math. So negative 5 plus 4, negative 5 minus 1, negative 5 plus 2, negative 5 minus 2. So I'm going to put -1, -6, -3, -7. So since I have 2 negatives on top and 2 negatives on the bottom, this is going to end up being positive. -3 plus 4, -3 minus 1, -3 plus 2, -3 minus 2. So 1, -4, -1, -5. So I have a negative on top and a positive on the bottom because double negative. So this is going to end up being negative. I'm going to test 0. So I end up with 4, -1, 2, -2. So I end up with negative over negative, which is a positive. Now I'm going to test 1.5. So 1.5 plus 4, 1.5 minus 1, 1.5 plus 2, 1.5 minus 2. So 5.5, 0.5, 3.5, -0.5. So since I have a positive over a negative, this is going to end up being negative. And again, I'm going to include 4 and include 1, but I have asymptotes at -2 and 2, so those parts would not be included. So when I'm talking about this interval, I want everything that's positive, so it's going to be from -infinity to -4, including -4. Then from -2, not including, to 1, including. And then, oh, I forgot to test a point after 2. Oh, I got to test 3, so let's do that really quick. 3 plus 4, 3 minus 1. 3 plus 2, 3 minus 2. 7 times 2 over 5 times 1, all positive, so after is going to be positive. So from 2 not included to infinity. So my final answer would be from -infinity to 4, union -2 to 1, union 2 to infinity. Oh, this is a -4. Sorry about that. -4. So that would be my final answer for 4.